That fourth line, and here we go. Smith and Hall on the opening draw. We are underway in Madison as Smith wins it for Bemidji State. Captain Armstrong trying to get out of the zone, can't. Here's Gorbatenko going to the net, being held behind the net by McCuba. Kelly Gorbatenko with 4 goals in the last series against St. Cloud State. Got her first career hat trick and then got a 4th as well.
Nothing despite an incredible effort from goalkeeper Caitlin Gross. She had 42 saves in that game, 3 goals allowed. So if the Beavers are going to want to pull off an upset, they're just going to need to get some rhythm on offense, and they're going to need their keeper to settle in.
Only 4 wins in Madison for Bemidji State in history out of those 7.
Yeah, last one came January 2015.
Save made by Gross.
And believe it or not, Aiden, that's the first shot of the game for Wisconsin.
Couple of good chances, but a team that's going to have to block a lot of shots. A big tie up in the corner. Gorbatenko and Eden trying to get it free from McCuba, and Eden does. The centering pass finds Harvey. Drops it off to her blue liner partner, Vivian Jungles, into open space. Here comes Caroline Harvey. The first real look we've seen of her post-Olympics. Hall shovels it back behind the net. The centering pass sticked away. It was looking for Gorbatenko, just missed.
Maybe an even better stick from Paige Smith there. It looked like that Cassie Hall was really bearing down.
And McCuba trying to get it out of harm's way. Can't do it. Jungles a shot blocked in front by McCuba. Had the turnover, but blocked the shot in the end. Stretch pass. Picked off by Caroline Harvey.
Harvey. Feel the amount of zone time the Badgers have had.
Here's Jungles. Shapovalivova. Still with it. Gets it right back in the slot. The backhander shot save made by 4 Olympians on the ice right now for Wisconsin on this power play. 5 rather, with McNaughton in goal.
Yep, they're all there.
And the only non-Olympian is the person who leads the nation in points. How about that?
And again, Lacey Eden, you made the point before the broadcast that she's still got the C on. It was almost kind of like she was taking over. But yeah, she earned it. She played incredibly well for the Badgers. 48 points over her last 20 games. Just
insane.
Unconscious.
It's incredible stuff from Lacey Eden. Meanwhile, here's Sims. Down low, got the tip. Save made from Shapovalivova. Now here's Eden behind the net. Pass again to Sims. Up the middle, it's Caroline Harvey. Edwards sends that one down low, just misses the stick of Kirsten Sims, who picks it back up in the corner. Now Eden. Eden, pass across is blocked by McCuba. Kept in at the line by Edwards. Caroline Harvey fakes it, takes it, blocked in front by McCuba and cleared again.
Well, to put a bow on a previous point here, Aiden, you mentioned how Bemidji State scored 3 goals against the Badgers in the first period in this building earlier this year, and all 3 of those goals, they came on breakout chances. So you got to be opportunistic here for the Beavers, but it starts right here.
Here's Potter. Look at her go. She scores! Coast to coast. Number 24 for Cassie Hall. And it was incredible. Both goals have been very pretty.
Yeah.
That pass from Eden, of course. Beautiful, just threading the needle.
And it's tough to fault Caitlin Gross in those spots. Just one-on-one against a Badger, that's tough.
Edwards going to the net, rebound loose. And kept up by Hall. Caroline Harvey now, across to the goal scorer. Now Edwards, great move to get by Kleppinger. Edwards throws it toward goal, blocked in front. Gets loose for Hall, blocked in front once again. Now Caroline Harvey. Down low, great pass, what a stop from Gross! With the toe. And here's Eden again up the middle, she shoots! Saved by Gross again. And then a cross check in the corner. Skating by Senden. Drops it off for Caroline Harvey. Harvey behind the net. Harvey centering pass to Eden, a stop by Gross. And picked up by Leaper. Here comes Johnson. Now Fairchild. Down low, hit a skate. Eden picks it right back up for Wisconsin. Pinballs off a couple, and here come the Badgers now. Gorbatenko on the left side. Stops up in the corner. Cassie Hall lets it run to find Eden behind the net. This first line has been buzzing during the Olympic break. So it's no wonder why Mark Johnson's keeping these 3 together.
Yeah, if anyone knows about the Olympics, it's Mark Johnson, of course, scored 2 goals against the Soviets in that 1980 Miracle on Ice game. You think he's probably sick of talking about that? He's probably been asked about it 100 trillion billion times.
I can't imagine he's sick of it. Led that team in points, too. He's got a movie about him. I mean, come on.
Multiple, I think. They were going coast to coast on the Badgers pretty consistently in that contest.
Certainly catching them flat-footed in a lot of areas.
But so far, Wisconsin, they've done their job well.
Here comes Caroline Harvey with speed. Makes a great move inside, still with it. The centering pass. Picard was looking for it, a couple of whacks. Never got it fully. Gorbatenko, a shot blocked in front. What an individual effort there.
Yeah, Kate Johnson, though, for the Beavers, just shut down what would have been a heck of a highlight. I mean, Harvey just weaving through everybody, and she could have got that centering pass through. That might have been back of the net, but Johnson able to redirect that puck away and prevent the opportunity.
Caroline Harvey, the stretch pass to find Eden, who got leveled at center ice by Dronin. A penalty coming up, and Dronin is not
body checking.
See if the Badgers can add another power play goal. Lainey Potter scored the first one to start things off for Wisconsin earlier on. Edwards toward goal, sticked away. Edwards stays with it. Caroline Harvey at the point, across to Kirsten Sims. Sims, toe drag, down low. Shapovalov off a skate, they score!
8 goals in just the first period to wrap up the series. Wound up taking it 11-0, and Casey O'Brien wound up passing Hillary Knight in that contest for most career points by a Badger.
The most goals Bemidji State have ever let up in a single period were those 8. They've done a better job in this first period, but not amazing. Still 2 shots on goal for Bemidji State. Wisconsin with their 3 goals. Zilish battling for it there behind the net with Senden. Piekenhagen gets it to the point for Jungles. Up the middle, it's Harvey. Through the legs of Sandberg. Harvey pushed off the puck by Graves. Halverson now in the corner. Piekenhagen sends Comstock to the ice. One of the tallest players on Wisconsin going up against the shortest player in the WCHA, Katie Comstock. Puck still not coming free
did a job, yeah.
Carney and Comstock doing a great job, and that killed off a lot of time to end the
here, and that's it. And so that's what you got to focus on. But Coach Crum said that even though that the players don't. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jackson. Starting off the second period here with Bemidji State in the zone. A shot from Gettle turned away by Ava McNaughton, who, by the way, Vince, was credited with an assist on that Lainey Potter goal. So
how about it?
One of the first Olympians to get on the score sheet. Her and Caroline Harvey getting an assist.
Guaranteed 3 games at most. For Bemidji State, I mean, you're playing for the right to continue playing hockey, and that's at the end of the day what we all want to see.
And for a couple of players, might be their last game in a Bemidji State uniform. Here comes Gorbatenko, a shot misses the net. Just wide of the goal, kept in by the Badgers. Cassie Hall across to Eden. Couldn't find a shot. Kept in the zone by the Badgers. Here is Caroline Harvey. Rips one down low, was looking for Eden, her co-captain. Eden to Harvey. Harvey dancing along the blue line. Gets it around Armstrong. And then taken away by Smith, who flips it out. 2-on-1 chance now for Bemidji State if they can hurry. Here's Issa Gettle. Gettle across to Armstrong. Armstrong, a shot saved. The rebound kept in by Ava McNaughton. And here come the Beavers the other way in a 3-on-2. Kleppinger going to the middle to find Smith, but just offside. Then we'll get a whistle and a McCarthy in the absence of the Olympians.
And Aiden, the Beavers take another face-off. Now lead it 14-5. I've had the chance to, talk with coach in the past. I think it was Brian Adolski. It's a good sign for them going forward for sure.
They've dominated in that stat line so far tonight. They'd like to add a couple of goals while they're at it. Lots of time to play. At the point, kept in by Jungles. And Armstrong's going to chase it now into the Badger zone. Look at the speed of Caroline Harvey to get there first, though.
Yeah, she was figure skating when she was 5, and you can just tell that ability, or that pass is just, she makes fast players look slow.
Halverson inside. Collides with the Beaver. Kept in by Harvey. spins away from Armstrong. Here comes Caroline Harvey into the glove of Gross.
2 points coming in, and she'll have 2 more in this game thus far.
Adela is the first and so far only European player to play for Wisconsin women's hockey. She'll be joined next year by Slovakian Nela Lupushanova, who, by the way, is a flag football champion. Here's Enright. She was nominated by the Buffalo Bills for Flag Football Player of the Year. So she'll be playing for Wisconsin next year.
Earning those prep hours, holy smokes.
Here's Leaper now for Bemidji State. Turned over to Layla Edwards. Edwards floats it back in, and Senden will collect. Stretch pass, kicked out of midair by Pekenhagen. Dumps it right back down. Or officially sends it down for Picard to chase. Marianne Picard gets taken down hard in the corner and is going after a Bemidji State player. A shot from the point deflected wide. Here's Picard with it back.
Yeah, that was all clean.
Now she cross-checks Olivia Dronen, who is incensed right now at the official for not making that call. I have to agree there. That's two cross-checks off the puck, and now Dronen is upset as she fires that puck, and she's her last season as a hockey player.
And she really, she's a player who understands her role well. Obviously a veteran player, just one of the better face-off artists in the entire nation.
It was great to see her come back on the ice. It was a big surprise when she got on the ice in Mankato to make that return. Turnover here up the middle, a backhander toward goal, blockered away by McNaughton. Now picked up by Leaper and taken away by Picard, who turns it over once more, kept in by Gettle. Jungles spins away from Leaper. Up ahead to Scannell, just misses her stick. Johnson at the blue line. Gets it to Fairchild. Fairchild battling for it there with Vivian Jungles. There are 3 Beavers trying to get it free. Now it does come free. Comstock battling for it there with Scannell. And here comes Caroline Harvey now. Harvey up the middle. Enright throws that one down behind the net. Comstock. Another collision at center ice.
3 goals in the third period against Minnesota earlier this year to turn a 5-0 game into a 5-3 game and put a scare in the Gophers. If they want to get back in this one, they need this power play.
Well, Bray, who drew the penalty, takes a shot. Save made. And then the zone is cleared. See if Bemidji State can put a dent here in Ava McNaughton, who so far has been perfect in her return from Milan. Doesn't seem like the jet lag is really bothering any of the Olympians. Long flight.
Yeah, that's quite the time difference.
No kidding. Here comes Armstrong up the middle. Sticked away by Layla Edwards. Kept in by Issa Gettle. Now here comes McCarthy shorthanded. Just skips by her stick. Save here. And the Badgers win the draw. Here is Cassie Hall up ahead. Across to Sims. Layla Edwards, a lot of space up the middle. Across to Caroline Harvey. Harvey up the middle. Lacey Eden rips a shot off the side of the goal. Tight angle shot there from Eden, saved. Now Harvey throws one into open space in the corner. Final minute of play here in the second period. Turned over to Sims. Sims over to Hall. Looking for Sims again, couldn't find her. Caroline Harvey racing to keep it in, can't do it.
I remember we talked to this Badger coaching staff last year, and I asked just, what does Harvey still need to improve on? What you trying to work on? And they said, I don't know, but we'll learn. And it just seems like that she continues to improve herself.
Here's Hall across. Snuffed out by Fairchild. Now here's Sims, 27 seconds to go. Edwards to Harvey. Harvey crisscrossing with Edwards. Gives it right back. Here's Caroline Harvey to the net. Gets taken down. Puck is still loose, no penalty. Harvey wants to know why, but the Badgers still have it. Edwards shoots. She scores! How about that one? And I don't think Caroline Harvey... Thanks, Jackson, just in time for the puck drop here To start period number 3 in Madison, round 1, game 1 of the WCHA playoffs here on Big Ten Plus. The Badgers with a commanding 7-0 lead over Bemidji State. Of course, the Badgers the number 1 seed, Bemidji State the number 8 seed.
Hey, we'll give you another update here on some scores coming in. Ohio State finishes the job against St. Thomas. We've got a really fun one going on. And however, she had to play the Badgers twice to round it out, and then, of course, taking on the Badgers again in the playoffs, and that kind of took her save percentage underneath 89%. So it's a position that Caitlin Gross is unfortunately used to, just when the Badgers get in rhythm. There's just not much you can do but try and make every save you can. And for her to make that many, it's a credit to her.
Caroline Harvey sends that one back behind the net. And, you know, Gross's career high in saves is 52 on her college debut against Ohio State, who were the defending national champions at the time. So how about that for an introduction to your college career? Here's Gorbatenko. Chops that one along behind the net. Dronin picks it up.
And on the topic of Gross, we were a little surprised to see her because Coach Fricklin has rolled with Ava Hills, the senior, quite a bit.
Here's Harvey down low. Gorbatenko misses the net. Edwards at the point, rips one, deflected in front and out of the zone.
Wow, just a lot of room there. Harvey's kind of that patented move she has where it might as well be a shot, but instead it's a pass to someone at the back door, and Gorbatenko's not quite able to handle it.
Sims makes a nice move. Enright has a change, as will she. Davis turns it over. Cassie Hall can't keep it in. At center ice, it's Armstrong. Finds Smith. Smith makes a move inside. Jungles gets it away. Overskated by Gorbatenko. Picked up by Morgan Smith. Now Kate Johnson in the corner. Now to Smith. Smith out in front. Down low, just misses the captain. Bemidji State desperately trying to get on the board here.
Great zone time here. Probably the longest stretch of the contest.
And finally, it's ended by Caroline Harvey for Wisconsin. Taking it in for Lacey Eden up the middle. Eden shoots wide of the goal. Back out in front. Gross tries to get a handle on it, can't find it. And the other way comes Leaper. One-on-one with Jungles. Leaper wins that battle. Jungles not quitting. And Cassie Hall will pick it up. Here is Cassie Hall getting it back from Sims.
What was the final score of that?
17-2.
Against Stonehill, right?
Stonehill.
Yeah.
Most goals in a single game in Wisconsin women's hockey history. The previous record was 16 against Lindenwood a couple years prior. But 17-2. Unreal. And the worst part, Vince, I was sick that day, so you can imagine how my voice was feeling.
What, too spicy chicken for you?
A little bit. Here's Cassie Hall at center ice. Loses a handle on it, but stays with it for the moment. Hall battling for it with McCuba in the corner. Eden to Cassie Hall. Caroline Harvey across to Edwards. Now Harvey up the middle. Harvey's going to take it to the net. Here comes Caroline Harvey. Couldn't get a clean shot. Now Gorbatenko behind the net. Gorbatenko stops up, gets around Fairchild. Eden back behind the net for Gorbatenko. Dispossessed, and the zone is cleared as Johnson lifts it up and out of the zone.
And Aiden, while we're on the topic of that Nashville or Smashville showcase, I mean, just those kind of events are so
to the net. Peakenhagen to the forehand. It's loose in front for Zilish. Peakenhagen hits the post. Rebound is loose for Picard. It's saved. Caroline Harvey. Toe drag. Shot. Save again. Picard's shot again. Turned away by Dronin this time.
That's about as close as you can get right there. Off the bar again. Well, give credit to Bemidji State. They've held the Badgers scoreless in this third period, under 5 minutes left.
Leaper gets it out for Bemidji State. Can the Badgers get their third period goal? Jungles to Harvey. Harvey up the middle to Zilish. Eden. It comes out of the zone for Cassie Hall to collect. Here is Kelly Gorbatenko. Skips under her stick. Kleppinger there to get it for Bemidji State. Dronin now. Tries to clear and does. Fairchild takes it up on the left side. Sends it back behind the net. McNaughton will stop that up. Dumped right back in. McNaughton will hang on.
You know, Connor Bedard being like the breakout star last year as a rookie and then second-year player. It almost feels like that when you have a guy like that, it's like you hope that he can develop into being the best player in the nation. Harvey might already be that right now before going pro.
Most certainly. I mean, she might be the best hockey player I've seen play as McCarthy takes a shot into the glove of Gross for the final minute of play here. You can't really say that when a college player is the best player in the country.
I mean, that's like, I think Candace Parker and Wilt territory is what we're talking about.
Yeah, no kidding. Penalty coming up now against Wisconsin. Zone is cleared, touched up by Layla Edwards, and we'll get